Welcome to another connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on our show this week. We try to get individuals and organizations to come in each Monday to talk about things going on around our broadcast area, and we certainly hope we give you some information possibly you don't know about, and we learn a lot of new things every week about these organizations. We have a lot of great organizations here in our viewing area, and we're glad to have them come in and speak to us about what they're doing specifically. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll talk with a young lady from an organization here that many of you may not know about. Be back in a moment.
Attention safe drivers, keep your vehicle safe with new tires from Worley Tire. Stop in and visit with our friendly and knowledgeable staff and get the tires that are best for your car, truck, or SUV. You can even shop with us online at WorleyTire.com. Worley Tire also features batteries, alignments, tire rotation, and repair. Visit us on the web and like us on Facebook for the latest deals and specials that can keep you and your family safe. Worley Tire, 804 East Stevenson in Harrison.
John was the first one to be an inpatient here, and everything was great. And I had heard some negative things about the hospital, and I'm going, what are you talking about? This hospital's great. Why would you want to travel over to Fayetteville when you have this great hospital? All the nurses, everybody, phenomenal.
Our first guest on the show today is Anna Castro Beard. I got it all right.
Absolutely.
Long name there. Anna, thanks for coming in today. We appreciate it. The Northwest Regional Housing Authority has several different divisions in it. The one we're going to talk about today is actually Mutual Self-Help Housing, which was started several years ago. A lot of people didn't know about it when it first began, and we actually had Vicki Stratton on our show numerous times in the early days, but it's grown to be quite an organization. In fact, they help a lot of families out that might never have an opportunity to own their own home, and it's a great program. Tell us a little bit about the Mutual Self-Help Housing, Anna.
All right, we help low to very low income families in 10 counties to obtain a loan and to build their own homes. And the houses are very nice, and they're considered modest, but they're nicer than what most people can live in now. They're very affordable. You pay just about what you would pay for rent to live in a 3-bed, 2-bath home, or more bedrooms, depending on family size.
If somebody out in the viewing audience watching the show, what qualifications, who could apply for it? What if you had bad credit or something?
If you have bad credit, we have credit counselors on site. We really just kind of look into your credit history to make sure you don't have any active collections or charge-offs or even state tax liens. If you do, we will help you to try to get rid of that and stick with you for the next year, however long it takes to get you ready to obtain a mortgage.
Okay. The loans for the houses themselves, are they through the FHA or government, or where's the loans actually come from?
We obtain the loans through for the USDA's Rural Development Program.
Okay. The houses specifics. Give us a little bit of specifics on kind of the size range of the houses.
We have homes. We have 2 to 5 bedroom house plans, and they all come with 2-car garages, front porch, back decks. Our biggest home is about 17,000 square heated feet. So it's just
1,700 square.
1,700,
okay.
Yeah, thank you. That would be huge.
Okay. I'm assuming that the whole concept when they first started in the mutual self-help housing, and I'm assuming it's still the same, was that you could get sweat equity in the house itself.
Yes.
Tell how that works.
The way that works is the families, and if they get friends, volunteers, they will actually do manual labor on the homes, such as pick up trash, paint, maybe lay some tile, and that goes towards lowering how much you actually have to pay. That helps the discounts as far as the subsidized payments and stuff goes, and that's how what rural development factors in to get the lower interest rates.
Okay. I see some of these houses, and again, they're quite nice, and they're around the area. But how do you obtain, or where do you get the property, or can somebody pick a piece of property? How's that work?
You can pick a piece of property. We do own several properties, especially in Boone County, but you can definitely pick one of your own. We generally try to keep it under $15,000, just so you have more money to spend on building the home itself. If you have your own property, that's fantastic. That's $15,000 extra that you can put into your home.
Okay. The layouts of the houses, I guess you said you got several plans, but if somebody wanted to change it up a little, do they have some opportunity to change up their plans from what your normal plans are?
Absolutely. You can, we do make them handicap accessible, so if we end up with a disabled individual, we can make it certainly accessible to them. We just like to keep the alterations within reason of regulations that we have to meet for rural development.
Okay. The other thing that some people might out there that watching the show might wonder about, for instance, a lot of government programs where they do help people purchase houses and so forth, they're required to keep those houses for a length of time. Do you have restrictions on that?
If we end up to the point where we have to get you a grant to finish your home, you do have to stay in the home within for 5 years, and then that grant money is free and clear. It kind of varies per case. It's a case-by-case situation as far as the subsidized payments go. Rural Development may try to recapture some of that subsidy if you move out early, and they may not. It just depends on the situation and how long you've been there.
So everyone that gets a self-help housing program or a house, I'm assuming that your payments would vary based on your income? I mean, everybody wouldn't be the same, right?
No, not at all. The subsidy comes into play. It can be your interest rate can be 3.25 down to 1%. So that does play a big factor. And also the homeowner's insurance and real estate taxes are included in your payment. So if your homeowner's insurance goes up or down, that reflects in your payment as well. The base pay, it does have to do with income, which varies per county.
Okay. I'm assuming that, like, again, some of the programs that help people out there that would like to have a home, that you're very energy conscious in these homes. So is that something that you really do a lot of?
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite aspects of the houses is we use Energy Star certifications, which we actually track your bill from the year previous in your previous home to your new home, so you can see the changes. The system can actually pay for itself through energy conservation probably within about 10 years. We use WaterSense technology, which is there's little motion detectors in the rooms, and within 15 seconds of you walking into the room, it actually turns on the hot water pump. So as soon as you turn on your water, you have hot water. So you're not having to wait or waste the electricity to heat it up.
That's very nice.
So those are my favorites.
That's pretty modern things that we're talking about here. I know that you cover more than just Boone County. What counties, and kind of tell us a little bit like the number of houses you'd have going at any one time.
Right. We also cover Baxter. Right now we have about 3 we're about to start working on in Baxter. We also cover Fulton, Izzard, and Carroll. We do have numerous homes going on in Carroll right now, especially the Berryville to Green Forest to Eureka Springs. We cover Madison and Marion. We do have our very first home going up in Madison right now. We cover Stone and Searcy and Newton. And we have one home we've done in Stone so far. So we're definitely trying to get more in Stone.
Wow, that's a lot of areas there. So let's take all those counties. How many houses at any given time would you usually have under construction?
Depending on the county, right now in Boone alone, we have probably just completed to start, we have about 15.
Oh, wow.
That Boone's one of our biggest because we're more accessible to people. We do have a lot going up in Baxter right now. And I'm blanking.
For instance, I was trying to think back, and it's been, I can't remember how many years when this really got underway here, but at the time, I think you were just in Boone County maybe at the time, and you started off in Boone, and you've really expanded out into these you picked up a lot of extra counties.
We do cover a lot of counties.
Yeah.
We're trying to extend our outreach more towards Madison and Stone and Fulton and Izzard, we're trying to get more homes put in there. But yeah, we're very proud of the fact that we finally broke ground in Madison.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, now you're located out here at the Housing Authority, but if somebody wanted to learn more information about it, how would be the best way to go about?
We are actually located on Industrial Park between UPS and Boone County Special Services. It's the Annex building. You can call us at 743-6779. You can text us at 204-2836, or you can just come by 317 Industrial Park.
Okay, so if somebody came out, how do you go about? What would they have to do? Do they need to bring paperwork with them, showing income? I mean, walk me through if I came out there. What's going to happen?
Initially, what you would do is you come by, or we mail you a pre-qualification app, and what that does is we check your income. We also check your debt-to-income ratio and your credit. Once we get you past that process, we gift you a rural development application, and with that we need copies of your Social Security, your license, your check stubs, Social Security award, disability letters if you have those, and that's when you have a checklist of stuff that we need you to bring in just to verify credit sources, not traditional or open and active. You do have to have 3 open and active trade lines or electric bills, stuff for a year that you're not late on. And then once we get all that taken care of, we send you to rural development, and it's in their hands.
Okay, so that you pass them off to. If somebody came there and let's say they went through all the process and they qualified, roughly how long from the time, I guess depending on that you have a piece of property, or if they have to pick out the property, how long would it be before they break ground and start, roughly?
That depends. It does vary, again, case by case. If we need extra grant money, it also depends on stuff that rural development requests, or just how long it takes us to get that information. Usually it takes about 2 weeks once in rural development's hands, and it could take about a month to 6 weeks with the appraisals and stuff before you can actually close and break ground.
Yeah.
But it is about 6 to 8 months building process itself.
Very good. Well, I'm sure with all things going, do you have any events coming up?
We actually, this Friday in Gassville, we actually have an open house that was built by us. We will be on site to answer questions and give out applications to anybody who wants to come see the quality of our work and, actually experience, especially the WaterSense technology we can show you on hand. So we'll be there from 10 to 7 on Friday.
Okay. I was actually noticed, I live kind of in that direction, I noticed maybe you're just finishing it. There's a real nice house being built on Capps Road, just past Goblin Drive on the left there. Is that one of your
Yes,
houses?
she is almost done. So she's got about maybe a month left till she gets to move in, but that is one of ours.
Okay, very nice. Well, it sounds like if you're out there in the viewing audience, and obviously buying a home is very difficult for a lot of people. First of all, interest rates have a lot to do with your payments, how much you can afford. Some people can afford to rent, but they can't afford adding another $400, $500, $600 a month to their monthly outlay in order to purchase a home. So the self-help housing is very good for people out there that they do have a job, they really would like to own a home and start getting some equity built up in it. And so this organization would be great to go see you guys about this thing. So I'm assuming your hours are what?
We're open from 8 to 4 Monday through Thursday, and we come in at 9 on Fridays, and we're there till 4.
Okay. Again, they've actually moved. I forgot about that. They're out on Industrial Park Road right before you get to UPS.
Yep,
there, aren't
right
you?
before
on
UPS.
On the right-hand side of the road there. So they're easy to find. Go out there and talk to them if you think it might be something that could help you in obtaining a home in the future, and they'll give you the guidelines and a kit and so forth, and you can go over it, and hopefully they can help you purchase a new home in our viewing area. Anna, thank you for coming in. You did a great job.
Thanks for having me, Dennis.
I'm glad you got on with the self-help housing, and you'll do a great job out there, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on our first half of the show. Stay with us. We're going to talk with another organization about something totally new that they're starting up right here in the Harrison area.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison is a Health Mart town. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the square downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence. Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the show this week. A new organization that's getting underway here in the Harrison area. It's called NWA Backs the Blue, and I found out about it, and we've asked a couple of representatives to come in and talk to us about it today. Kimberly Cole, Michelle Seemiller, I got it? Thanks for coming in today. We appreciate it. We'll start off with you, Kimberly, since you're kind of the one that contacted us here. Give us a little bit of background in the NWA Backs the Blue.
Well, I founded the group back in November of last year. I actually have no law enforcement officers in my family, but I was sick and tired of seeing what is going on with law enforcement across the country. Too many officers are being stalked and killed. Too many are being mistreated and just, rudely acted upon by people. And I was sick and tired of seeing that. And I wanted our law enforcement officers locally to have more support by the community. And I thought that was important. And I wasn't seeing that locally. So I started the group essentially to start boosting more of a community-based, support system for our officers. And we've gotten quite a bit of people to join our group, and Michelle came on board along with a number of other people, and we've changed our goals and missions now. And what we're doing is we're holding a number of fundraisers and doing a lot of other things as well. But the fundraisers and the funds we gain from them are going to purchase items to give to our law enforcement agencies so that they can purchase the items that are not included in the budgets for both county and city, so that the items that the law enforcement officers need can be purchased to help keep them safe while they're on the job. And
like, for instance, give me some.
Well, the standard issue
uniforms are just their uniforms, their shoes, their duty belt, their duty weapon, their mics. Now, some of them have the earpieces to where if they pull somebody over and they might have a warrant, dispatch will be able to tell them, well, if they don't have it in their ear, the person on the other end, oh my gosh, I have warrants, I'm going to bolt or I'm going to fight or do something. Well, if they have the earpiece, the other person can't hear what the dispatcher is saying.
Exactly.
So it's a safety precaution.
Exactly.
Okay.
If the officer hears it in his ear, then he has the upper hand over who he's face to face with. But if they're both hearing it at the same time, then who has the upper hand? Nobody.
Right.
But the other thing is, body armor. The vest, the standard issue vest, does not come, it's not good enough. So we want to help them purchase inserts that go in the vest, especially the chest plate, because they're just not good enough for the bullets that people can purchase over the counter these days.
Even find some that are no longer available that are still available, because I know there's some they're all lead, that'll go right through.
Right.
Okay. The organization they're setting up as a nonprofit organization, obviously. Law enforcement, how big an area are you trying to cover?
Right now, Boone County, and we're hoping to be a pilot program so that other people can set up a program like this We're hoping that other people will see what we're doing and set something up in their local area. And I mean, fingers crossed, we can do that and be that pilot program and see something like this pop up in other areas of the nation.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we have a website and we have our own Facebook group, and we're posting what we're doing throughout other law enforcement groups on Facebook. So hopefully somebody will take up the stick or the baton and carry it around.
I know there's a lot of people out there may not even think about the magnitude of law enforcement across the country. Give us, if you've got any numbers there, and I've got a few here, that kind of so that people would know out there the magnitude of law enforcement across the country type thing.
Well, to give you an idea of how things are going so far this year, as of this year so far, we've had 11 police officers, and I'm not talking about canines. We've had a number of canines lost this year, and I don't have that number off the top of my head, but we've had 11 police officers die in the line of duty this year. That's an incredible number, and that's as of 2 days ago. Last year, in 2015, we didn't have the first officer die in the line of duty until March 4th. So the number is just spiking incredibly this year. It's astronomical. It is just astronomical. And the number of those officers killed is by gunfire. More by gunfire this year than any other. We had one officer, the most recent officer, died in the line of duty, had only been sworn in less than 24 hours earlier. 24 hours. I mean, less than 24 hours on the job.
I was looking at some numbers that I had here. Nationwide, about 900,000 law enforcement across the country. And quite frankly, I was amazed that a nice percentage is now female officers.
Yes.
That's great, because you don't think about sometimes that many, but about 12-13% of them are female, actually. The Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, I'm not familiar. Where is that? Do you know where that's located?
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
I know they have one.
They are working on one, yes.
They have one,
Yep.
and it seemed like there's something that I saw was around 20,500 names are going to be on this memorial since the time back in probably the early 1800s, maybe, when they started keeping up with this thing.
That's correct.
But how can people out there, as far as fundraising and volunteer, how can they help your organization, if you're asking the people out there?
Well, right now, we're doing 3 simultaneous raffles. The first raffle is for the dogs. It contains 2
free grooming at Puppy Love.
Right.
And then a $35 gift certificate from Pal's Feed for dog food.
Right.
Which, I have 7 dogs, so it'll help out a lot.
Yeah.
Even though mine are a little tiny, but
But that bag of dog food will go a long way. Yes. And it's a high quality dog food. Yeah. I'll let you tell about the other 2.
we have 2 tickets for the 2016 season, a 1-day pass to Silver Dollar City.
Okay.
And then we have a night out in Branson, which is 2 tickets to the IMAX and 2 $10 gift certificates to McFarland's, so they can eat and then go to the IMAX.
Okay.
And then we also have our 5K. That's going to be June 25th. It's the first annual Cops and Robbers 5K run walk. So if they want to dress up as a cop, a robber, Bonnie Clyde, Batman and Joker.
Whatever the case.
Yeah, whatever the case.
We're really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's at the...
That's going to be at the Lake Harrison Trail.
Right.
Okay.
We want to try to get other stuff going too down there instead of just a 5K. Have some fun stuff for the kids too.
Yeah, we've got that planned, but we're planning a lot of other things to go along with it, and and that. And then we're really excited about May 15th is National Peace Officers Day. So we're going to do that up big, and we're making it the first annual, for this year, the first annual National Peace Officers Day celebration here in Harrison. And we are still in the planning stages of it, but we've got Pastor Stacy coming out to do a benediction, and we confirmed today with the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts will come out and help us do the Pledge of Allegiance. And we're going to be selling 100% biodegradable balloons and do a blue balloon release that day. So we're going to fill the skies with blue balloons, and we're asking police officers from all over to come on out and celebrate. We want to celebrate and honor you and your service to our area and our communities. So May 15th, mark the date, and please come on out. Everybody come on out. We want to celebrate our officers and their service and honor to our communities. So please mark the date, come on out.
The officers, you said you're concentrating right now on the officers in Boone County.
Right.
What kind of reaction are you getting from
we're getting awesome reaction from them when we see them. I mean, they know me and my vehicle now, so when we're driving up the road, and I mean, we've got state and county and city, when they see us driving up the road, they're all like this now with me, and they're just very appreciative when we stop somewhere and talk to them, and I bring them thank you cards when I see them. I've got hundreds of them in my vehicle, and when I see them, if it's a new officer, I'll bring them a thank you card and just thank them for their service, and what they do, and they're very appreciative, and I'll sit and talk with them and have lengthy conversations with them, and they tell me about instances that they've gone to or things that they're in need of, but they're very appreciative of what we do, and a number of them have signed up to be members of the group, and they've had a lot of input. That's cool. And it's nice too that along with Michelle, who's an officer's wife, we've got Jamie Gonzalez is a member of one of my officers as well. Her husband is a police officer on the Harrison Police office. Harrison Police, and Beth Smith Schaefer, her husband is also on Harrison Police Department, and she's also one of my officers. So we've got a good, and of course my husband, who's off camera, he's also one of my officers and helps me with everything we do, and I give him lots of praise and thanks. He backs me up on everything and helps me with everything I do.
Very good. If someone's out there and they want to get involved, volunteering or donating or whatever, what's the best way to contact your organization?
Well, we have a website. It's nwabackstheblue.com.
Okay.
So, and on the sidebar to the right, all my contact information is over there. So it's easy to find me that way. And I'm happy to give out my phone number to anybody who wants to. It's 870-688-0841.
Okay.
Again, my name is Kimberly Cole. Feel free to contact me.
Very good. Well, we want people to know about you. Obviously, it's always tough to start up a new organization, but these two ladies right here and the group that they've put together, obviously putting a lot of time and effort into an organization that supports our law enforcement officers, and law enforcement's had a tough time over the last several years across the country, so help them if you can. Again, NWA Backs the Blue, and we appreciate both Kimberly and Michelle coming in today. Thanks for being on our show.
Thanks
for joining us on Connection. We'll see you again next time.
Local television worth watching. KTKO Channel 8, Harrison.
Introducing two new families of ATVs from Yamaha. The all-new Grizzly and Kodiak 700. The new Grizzly offers increased power and performance to deliver more exploration and more adventure. The new Kodiak 700 features legendary Yamaha reliability for more productivity and more value. The all-new Grizzly and Kodiak 700 ATVs, all with more than ever before.
Local television worth watching. KTKO Channel 8, Harrison.